Hey everyone, this is Chelsea Daniel Smith. As you can see, I have The Outsiders as my computer background. That's because I love the book and the movie. I figured I would record this instructional video as to how you can complete your reading logs for this year. It's still up in the air whether or not we're going to be doing digital learning or in-person learning. So I figured either way I could use the video to explain the reading logs. The reason that we have these reading logs is to help you to keep up with what you're reading, to help you think critically about what you're reading, and to really foster a love of reading. I love to read. I read every night before I go to bed, and I hope that one day, maybe at the end of this class, that you also will love to read. We're going to read some really good books this year as a class. I'm really excited about that, and you are more than welcome to do your reading log on those books that we read in class. So first of all, let me show you what the reading log looks like. So this is our page 1 of our reading log. As you can see, we have the week that we're working on. So you're going to put Monday's date right here, and you're going to put Friday's date right here. Your name goes here in the top right corner. And so then for every day of the week, you have its own your own column for each day. So each day you're going to put your book title, your book genre, the page you started reading, the page you finished reading, and how long it took you to read that. For book title and book genre, it is completely okay for you to write your book title on Monday and then just do arrows on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday if that's the book that you're still reading. So the only time that you should have the title written is if, say, you were reading The Chronicles of Narnia on Monday and then you switched to The Giver on Wednesday. Then you would have The Chronicles of Narnia here on Monday, and then you would have The Giver on Wednesday. Same thing for book genre. You can just put the genre for Monday, whether you're reading historical fiction, nonfiction, whatever it is, and then you can just do an arrow to the side if you're continuing to read that book or that genre. The page you started reading should always be different for each day, and then the page you finished reading should be different for each day too, but these will be the same. So the page I finish on Monday will more than likely be the page that I start on Tuesday. So that can be the same, and that's okay. Minutes I read today, I would like for everyone to read for at least 20 minutes every day. Some of that time you'll get to read in class, and then the rest of the time can be done at home or on your way home from school, on the bus or in the car. It can be done at lunch, whenever you have time to fit in that last few minutes. So this bigger section down here is something I learned from the reading today. So maybe you learned that a character has a sister and you were really surprised by that because you thought your character was an only child. Or maybe you learned something about the world from the book that you're reading. So anything that you learned from what you're reading, write me 5 sentences about that here. Really explain to me the details, okay? Pretend that I have never read the book that you're talking about, and that if you don't fully explain it, I'm not going to understand it. So there should be at least 5 sentences in each of these boxes for each day. And then down here at the bottom, it says check that I have completed all rows for today. So this is just your way of saying, okay, I've gone through on Monday and I'm good, so I can put a check mark there. And you should have one of those for each day. All right, so the back side of this paper is kind of like some short answer questions to really get you thinking more critically about what you're reading. So each day has a different prompt for you to follow. So all you have to do is read the question and answer it. And each one has to be at least 3 sentences. That's why there are 3 lines under each day. Wednesday, however, you'll see that you're asked to summarize what you read, and that has to be 5 sentences. So there are 5 lines under Wednesday. Another thing to be aware of is on Monday, you should include a quote from your book. A quote is any line from the book that stood out to you. So on Monday, you're explaining the most interesting part of your reading. And so from that text, you're going to pull at least one sentence that you thought was super duper interesting. And you're going to quote that here. So you're going to put your quotation marks. You're going to copy your quote from your book. You're going to put quotation marks, and then you're going to put what page that sentence was found on. Okay, and you are free to work ahead. So if you read for 40 minutes on Monday, you are more than welcome to go ahead and fill out Monday and Tuesday, and then on Tuesday, you don't have to do anything. So feel free to work ahead. These will be passed out on Monday, and they will be taken up on Fridays, just to kind of make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and that you're reading like you should be reading and practicing those skills that we're learning in class. If you have any questions, please email me about that or ask me in person, either way. And I hope that by the end of the year, you love reading as much as I do.